So before we get started, as per usual, this video is going to contain spoilers regarding the manga of Attack on Titan. If you're an anime-only viewer, please leave now. I do not want to be responsible for you getting spoiled on this awesome series. So now's your opportunity to vamoose if you don't want to be spoiled on Attack on Titan. Chapter 47, much better than last month's chapter. Last month's chapter definitely didn't really give too much. This one we got a little bit more, and a little bit more speculation can be put on our part as far as to what some of these things mean. Now, we hear that Ymir was rummaging around outside the walls for nearly 60 years. So that automatically makes you think, wait, so if you're in your Titan state, does that mean that you don't age anymore? You stay like frozen, your body doesn't age? What does that mean? How can she be, rummaging outside of the walls for 60 years, yet she looks, that age? She looks very young. So that really brought into question that. She also said it felt like a never-ending nightmare or something for those 60 years of her being a Titan. And when they invaded, she came in, she was eating people. She ate one of Bertolt's people or whatnot. And she said, she didn't remember anything. And honestly, when I was reading this, it made me think, hold on a sec. Could it be possible that a lot of these people that came in and joined, the squads and whatnot, they just infiltrated from being Titans, they started morphing into humans, and that's how they started slowly invading the walls? Because it's like Ymir said she was rummaging for 60 years, and then she came in, and then she doesn't remember eating people, and she was, sorry or whatever, apologetic about it. But it makes you think, so are there other peoples? Is that's how some of the people infiltrated through? Is that when the Titans broke in, they morphed into humans and went along with the population and pretended to be a part of them? Makes you think exactly what's going on with that. And just overall, a lot of more mystery and speculation is to be had over those lines with Ymir. And it also makes you think as well, because there's a line in there around chapter 30s or so of the pages or so, where Bertolt says something along the lines of, "We don't remember either," something along the lines of that. So it makes you think, wait, when Rainer and Bertolt initially smashed the walls and they did everything that they did 5 years ago, did they have knowledge of actually doing that, or were they unconscious when they were doing that? But the thing about it is like, hold on, when they did that, they seemed as though they had intelligence, so they had to have some form of logic into the process of what they were doing. It was planned out. One was attacking the wall, one was barging through, doing some tackling and shit into the wall. So the only thing I could think of, if they really didn't remember doing any of that, it's a possibility they don't remember doing that, is when they were in their Titan state, someone was pulling the strings, possibly that Gorilla Titan, and having them doing that. Well, not necessarily the Gorilla Titan, because the Gorilla Titan would have known of the 3D gear or something along the lines of that. So maybe some other person was pulling the strings. Because also, we've seen when Eren turned into his Titan form and other people, the Titans started attacking those people. But we didn't see the Titans attacking Rainer and Bertolt 5 years ago when they smashed through the walls and everything. We never saw that. So maybe there was an outside force that had them do that, and they had no recollection of what they did 5 years ago until afterward. Then they realized, oh shit, and maybe the person in charge made them do those things. Definitely a possibility. A lot of speculation again with this particular chapter. And overall, Ymir just came off as a badass in this chapter, because she was like, yo, we in the woods right now. I'm going to do what I want to do, and at the end of the day, this environment is perfect for me to kick you guys' asses. So Ymir, definitely, I liked her a lot better in this chapter than in the last chapter, because in the last chapter, it almost felt as though she laid down and let Rainer and Bertolt do whatever they please. In this one, she was like threatening Bertolt in a very sinister way on his shoulder. So it really made me like the character a lot more in this one, because she's basically been like, yo, I want to see Krista. I don't give a fuck about what plan you guys have. I'm going to do it, and if you don't like it, we can do this the hard way. So I'm liking Ymir right now. Definitely a lot better in this chapter. Bertolt, yo, you got a nice taste in woman, dog, because one of my favorite females in all of Attack on Titan is Annie, and to find out that a dude has a crush on her or whatever, he likes her, I like that. Yo, Bertolt, great taste in a woman, just saying. Overall, this chapter, definitely, it had a lot of, again, a lot of mystery was slowly creeping in, and also it had a bit of action. And it gave you enough. It wasn't the greatest chapter or anything like that. It wasn't anything like, groundbreaking, like we didn't get real big answers, but we got a little bit. So I definitely said this chapter provided a decent amount for, a monthly chapter. The art, pretty freaking awesome. Nothing to complain about there. Loved it when Rainer went into his Armored Titan state. The art was looking real crisp and clean. So art-wise with this particular chapter, because a lot of people like to complain about Attack on Titan's artwork in the manga, and I'll say early on, yeah, it was a bit problematic. It wasn't, the greatest, but slowly and surely it definitely got a lot better as far as like the, the art goes and whatnot. A big thing about this chapter that I want to mention is about the coordinate that they were looking for. They said, if Eren's not the coordinate we were looking for, then our mission isn't over yet. First, we need to get Krista, we need to get Annie, so we can have a lot more help, and then we can move forward, because now we'll have more help. We're looking for the coordinate. Now, exactly who is the coordinate? If it's not Krista and if it's not Eren, I'm thinking the only coordinate it could possibly be is Eren's father. Because what does he have? Maybe it's the secrets that they're looking for. Maybe they thought that Eren would be the answer to finding out who is maybe doing more of the manufacturing of these changing, the people that can change into Titans or something. I'm not exactly sure what is the reasoning behind it, but they're looking for a certain person, and I'm thinking that it might be Eren's father that they're looking for, because, people are suddenly becoming Titans, and maybe the apes want to know more about it, and that's, the whole thing with them trying to get back to their homeland afterward. This was probably a mission they were sent on, and overall, just, again, who the hell is the coordinate was a big question of mine. I got a real bad feeling, and I said this in the last chapter, and I'll say this again. I got a bad feeling regarding Hans or Haynes, however you want to pronounce him, his life. Because he said, even if, at the very end of the chapter, he said, even if it costs me my life, Eren. And I really feel as though within the next chapter, too, he's going to bite the big one. It's just been very hinted at, like that, there's not going to be that reunion. They're not going to be happy again as far as all of them together. And he's going to bite the big one, and as far as, trying to rescue them. A good thing, though, is that they got Krista. At first, I was like, yo, don't tell me Ymir ate Krista. I got, like, bugged out for a second. But no, she was just trying to capture her so, she could bring him back to Rainer and Bertolt. We might get the answers that we're looking for within the next chapter regarding everything that Krista knows. It's going to piss me off, though, if Krista dies before revealing everything that she knows, because she knows a lot. It was revealed as well. Basically, her relation as far as, like, how she knows a bunch of the stuff. Well, it wasn't really revealed, because we kind of already knew somewhat, but, the whole thing with the religion. She needs to give us these answers, because if she doesn't give them, then who will? The people at the church pretty much already said, even the head minister, you can kill me, I'm not going to talk. I'll tell you Krista, and that's it. So we need Krista. If she dies, it's going to really suck and prolong things, so we need her to, give us these answers within the next chapter or two, and just tell us what, tell us what she knows. Pacing as far as this chapter goes, because last chapter, the one thing it suffered from is very slow pacing. This one, I feel as though it did a great thing, because again, other shonen manga, whether it be monthly or weekly, would take 100 freaking billion years, I don't mean literally, but to get these events going where they meet up with, like how the Armored and all of them, they're trying to get away, and the crew, they finally met up with them. I like that the pacing was, we got finally a meet-up between the two of them. They're on their trail finally. That was great. Good pacing. Don't want to wait, 4 or 5 chapters for them to finally find them. That would take forever, and it would be boring, stale. So, very good on the pacing. Overall chapter, I give it a 4 out of 5. It gave us content. It gave us action. Artwork was on point. Still wish it would have been a little less vague and give us a little bit more as far as like these answers, because everything is just, and I almost feel as though I'm reading riddles half the time, because everything is very vague. It's always just, a little bit, but then not enough to really answer the full question. And then a lot of times this little bit comes with enough vagueness to make more questions be brought up, like this whole thing of, do Titans not age when they're in the Titan form? These humans, they don't age when they're in the Titan form? Are all the Titans actual humans that, pretty much are infiltrating, and that's how they got in there, like Ymir? A lot of questions. Hopefully we get some more answers, but damn good chapter for freaking monthly chapter. It provided a decent amount of content. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see what's going to happen, because Mikasa, Hans, all of them are on the trail of the Armored, and shit's going to go down. Are they going to get away? I don't know, but I can't freaking wait. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.